Welcome to Whiskey is a Journey. My name is Peter Fasciano, and in this episode, this is the segment called Sip It or Skip It. This is where I have my whiskeys randomized on my phone. I'm going to spin the wheel, pull the whiskey off the shelf, do a pour, do a quick review, and let you guys know if I'm going to continue to sip on the whiskey and replace the bottle when it's gone, or if I'm going to skip it and not replace it when it's gone. So let's go ahead and get on with this episode with the spin. Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. It's a brand new bottle for me. Let me go ahead and grab it off the shelf and we'll get this review going. Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing poured. Start talking about it. Go a little more. Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put all the information for the whiskey right here. Let's go ahead and get into the nosing. Woodford Reserve, Woodfords in general. Just the classic bourbon flavors. You got that vanilla, caramel, sometimes cherry. I'm getting cherry on this one. Cherry, vanilla. Ooh, maple syrup. Heavy wood, heavy oak. Double oak, go figure. Yeah, strong with cherry, vanilla, and maple syrup. Let's go ahead and get to the taste on this. Oh, very interesting. That completely skipped the front of my palate. I was expecting it to be very, very sweet, and it jumped right over the front of my palate, hit my mid palate with the oak tannin on the side of my tongue, and then hit the back of my throat with some spice. Again, don't trust the first sip. Let's go ahead and go for a second sip and see if that changes. Yeah, just hit the front of my palate pretty flat. Wood tannins on the side and the mid palate, and then big heavy spice in the back. The nose on this is much more sweet than the palate, which is surprising. I thought that cherry and the vanilla and the caramel were just going to explode, but they don't. That's a lot of oak. A lot of oak spice, a lot of wood spice. Let's do another sip and concentrate on that finish. Definitely not as sweet. Definitely an oak presence. Barrel tannin on the sides. Medium finish, it's pretty much gone already. And the oak is first and foremost with this, for me, at this particular time. I've had other Woodford Reserves that were much more sweet, and this is not that at all. All right, more of a cherry note now. That maple syrup is coming across pretty strong as well. I am always surprised on how whiskey changes from day to day. Oh man, big time cherry on that one. And today I'm getting a much more sweet whiskey on the nose and a much more tannin, bitter, oak forward on the palate. A little bit of Eagle Rare on the nose there. All right, another sip, and we'll go ahead and get on to the sip it or skip it. All right, I think that's enough. I think I've gotten an opinion on this. Very sweet on the nose, very tannin, very bitter, very oak forward on the palate. So is this a sip or a skip for me? Again, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. If you guys have not been following the channel, I paid $52.99 for this at Bevmo. So, sip it or skip it. Being my second episode, I would really like to do a sip it, but this is going to be a skip for me with a caveat. I don't believe I would pick up a normal double oaked Woodford Reserve. If I came across this as a store pick, I would sip it. I would definitely buy another bottle. But as it is right now, when this bottle is gone, if I don't run into a store pick, I'm not going to replace it. I have another Woodford Reserve store pick from Total Wine & More. That's their normal release. So double oak, skip, unless I find a store pick. And that, again, is not to say that this is bad or this is a terrible pour. It's right down the middle as far as a bourbon goes. You get those classic cherry, vanilla, and caramel flavors. It's a good one to share with people. You're not going to blow their palates out with the ABV, which is 45.2, which is 90.4 proof. So it's not going to be something that's going to kill everyone's palate. I do believe the oak forwardness of this, the oak influence on this, I believe it will hold up well to an ice cube. And if you want to throw this into a mixer or use this as a mixer, I think that oak profile is going to hold strong and you're still going to get the good flavors out of this. So that's all I got. That's where I'm going to leave it today. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel and you like this content, go ahead and turn on that bell notification and also subscribe while you're at it. Leave some comments down below if you know anything about Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Let me know if it's a sip it or skip it for you. Share this content with anybody that you know that's in the whiskey world that might get enjoyment out of it. And until next time, enjoy your journey. Talk to you next time.